In politics, there's no permanent friends and there's no permanent enemies. There's only permanent interests.
Grabe. You could have gone another route, but you chose this for yourself. Why?
For me, it feels really good. Kasi when everything comes crashing down, you can only help yourself. So what I tell people all the time is, build yourself first before you do anything in life. At least if you fail later on, you can always remember what you've built before.
Welcome to the Paco's Place podcast. And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, matagal na kaming magkaibigan sa social media. Pero ngayon, nahuli na natin siya rito. Mr. John Singson!
Thank you.
What's up?
Nice to see you, Paco.
Finally, ha?
I know, it's been a while.
But you know what? I guess there really is a plan and a purpose, diba? Had we done this when it began, baka konti lang pinag-uusapan natin. But now you've gone a long way. By the way, for all of you guys and for you also, when I invited you here first, kasi simula pa lang ng Paco's Place, and it only means you were on our short list.
Oh, what a pleasure.
Ganon. So now let's talk about, I've seen your real estate projects.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the cars. I've seen you with Mike Tyson. How did this all begin?
It began really kasi when I was in high school, I didn't really know what to do or what I wanted to do for a living. So I just met some friends and that were doing real estate. And my father also has a lot of real estate projects in the Philippines. Hotels, mga airport, mga ganyan. So I was motivated by that. So that's how it started.
Okay.
Yep.
Simulan natin sa lineage. When I say Singson, Singson, Lawag, Vigan.
Yeah.
Vigan, Ilocos Singson. How are you related to Chavit Singson?
My lolo.
He's your lolo.
Yes.
What have you learned from your lolo? Because your lolo is very smart when it comes to investment.
That. Thank you. Siguro I've learned from him besides investment is the word of honor and credibility. Lagi na lang niya sinasabi na whatever you promise the people, you have to perform and you have to do it. So I picked that up from him.
Stricto ba?
Very strict siya, yeah. But he's a cool guy din naman. So, maluwag kasama. Hindi mabigat kasama.
Yeah. Is he funny?
In a way, yeah. He can be funny when it's the right time.
Like pag kayo lang?
Yeah. Ano naman siya, very easy going.
Okay.
Yep.
So now, real estate. You could have gone into the stock market first.
Yes.
But you saw your dad acquiring all these properties. When did it dawn on you, yung epiphany na, oh my God, gagawin ko to? First question. Second question is, how did you ask or find the puhunan to actually go into business?
So I think I was about 15, 16 years old. I was just going with my dad to all his projects in the Philippines. That's when it started, to your first question. And then secondly, yung puhunan, actually, walang nanggaling from my dad's side or mom's side or parents. It's all me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when I came here to the United States in 2008, I studied here further. Kasi nag-Ateneo in Lasal din ako in the Philippines.
So nauna yung Ateneo?
Yeah.
Ibig sabihin, alam ko na kung ano nangyari pa kaya ka naglasal.
Yeah. yeah. So whatever happened, that was... so yeah, yun.
So you came here to study?
Yeah, I came here just to study, in high school. And I was just enjoying here, and that's when I met a lot of friends, nag-networking ako. And
wait, networking? As in networking?
Yeah, networking,
okay.
Just attending it naturally.
Yes.
Yeah, attending events, and I met a lot of people, and that were really successful in the game, and that's what motivated me as well.
You say the game. You know what? I've always told my kids, and I've learned this myself, but to our listeners and viewers, it really is a game.
Yeah, it is. It's Monopoly.
Right?
Yeah.
There are people who spend, and I've seen you spend, but before you can reach that level, there has to be a time to really build your portfolio.
Yes, that's right.
Yung patience of building, paano mo na develop yun?
Well, the patience, I developed it now with because life is sometimes wins and losses, right?
Right.
So I acquired that through that. Sometimes yung mga failures ko, like within the industry, it made me a better businessman.
How hard are you on yourself when you fail?
I'm very, very hard on myself kasi gusto ko perfect lahat eh. Di magkamali. I'm always like conservative in thinking the worst case scenario for myself and also my clients.
Okay. So, hindi ka naman always OCD. Cautious ka lang.
Yeah, cautious lang ako talaga. Yeah.
Talk to us about investing in real estate. Why would, if you're a millennial, why is it wise to invest in real estate even if people say mahal ang bahay ngayon?
Well, buying real estate is like creating another job you don't have to work for.
Explain that further. Pag-usapan natin.
After, pwede ba tanggalin yung salamin?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Kay kapogi naman pala talaga eh. Oh.
Hindi, medyo madilim lang. So real estate is like that. So I learned it through personal experience, buying houses, flipping houses. It's where you really acquire true wealth.
Flipping is what you did first, right?
Yeah, flipping and selling houses as well. We have agents and they sell like just standard real estate, conventional way. For all the millennials out there, I believe that yung sakripisyo sa simula lang naman yun eh. I did the same thing. I remember no money came from my parents.
Right. Iyo yan.
Yeah. So it's just my connections and the people that I know. Kasi yun yung net worth ko is my network. But in the beginning, yun talaga nakatulong sa akin. And as far as your question for the millennials, I urge them to buy, as soon as they can. Kasi yung the time runs every year. And if you're making in your properties like $80,000 to $100,000 every year, and you can cash it out in 2-3 years and just do it over and over again, that's like common sense, diba? You can refinance it or get cash out and roll that into another property.
Would you tell them to keep their house or to have it rented out? Alam mo yung grant card doon na...
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on their... it's case by case scenario naman eh. If they can afford to buy a house, then rent out the other one and then keep buying.
Right.
Yep. But if they have to keep it and they have just enough like for the living and stable income, then they can just stay in their primary house. But maraming gumagawa ngayon yung mga duplex, triplex, fourplex, or like an ADU or something like that. They can just live in the house and rent out the other part, and then that's extra income. At least yung mortgage mo kalahati na lang.
Yes.
After a couple of years, you can liquidate your house,
Okay.
So
people are like, and enlighten me or add to it. I was under the impression dati na pag mababa ang interest rate, masarap bumili ng bahay. And then, reading, na-realize ko, teka muna, if you have money to spend, kahit ba sabihin mo 8.9 or ano ba interest rate as we're speaking?
it's about that 6, 7.
7, di ba? At 7, okay pa rin bumili ng bahay. Tapos may nagsabi sa akin, pero Paco, ang taas ng mortgage mo. Okay, mataas ang mortgage mo. But then again, hindi naman palaging 7 ang interest rate. Ang interest rate, bababa rin yan ng 3? 2?
Yeah.
We don't know, right? Pero pag bumili ka at an interest rate of 2, wala nang ibababa yan eh.
Wala na. Yeah.
So, mas may chance kang magkaroon ng equity if you have the opportunity to buy at a high interest rate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maganda ang presyo ng mga bahay. It's normalized kasi less on demand.
Yeah.
May sense ba yung sinasabi ko? Or?
Yeah. Actually, when I buy properties, doesn't matter if it's commercial or residential, I never looked at the interest rate. What matters is the buying it at the right price. Kahit naman sabi mong mababa yung rate, pero yung tao nag-overbidding 100,000, lugi ka na.
Yan.
So it's best to buy it at a it doesn't matter kahit ano yung interest rate. What matters is your negotiation skills of your realtor or you, and you just acquire it through there. You negotiate it directly with the seller.
You're a broker.
Yes.
Did you become an agent first before you became a broker?
Yes, correct. Yep.
So you had to pay your dues as an agent.
Yeah. Kasi bumibili ako ng mga property eh. Nakikita ko na parang yung commission sayang din. So I would rack it up and invest it more and more into units.
What's it like? Okay, you're a scion of the Singson clan, and here you are rolling up your sleeves. People think you have it easy. Now people are realizing you actually started your empire on your own.
Yes.
You could have gone another route, but you chose this for yourself. Why? Have you ever wanted to make a difference in people's lives as you make a difference in your life? Maybe a career in the healthcare industry is right for you. Well, think about this. A good work-life balance, competitive compensation, flexible schedule, fulfillment as you make a difference in other people's lives and your own life. In as little as 6 months, you can be a dialysis technician, and for over 10 years, Dialysis Education Services here in Southern California has been helping people fulfill their dreams in starting a career in the healthcare industry. So what are you waiting for? Enrollment is going on right now. Call the number on the screen or visit dialysiseducationservices.com. Now back to the program. You could have gone another route, but you chose this for yourself. Why?
For me, it feels really good. Kasi when everything comes crashing down, you can only help yourself. So what I tell people all the time is, build yourself first before you do anything in life. At least if you fail later on, you can always remember what you've built before. For me, that's that.
If you were going to go back to your 15-year-old self, what would you have done differently, knowing what you know now?
I would have maybe hung out more with elder people because that's who gave me the knowledge.
You're an old soul, no?
Yeah, my friends now, they're all 60s and 50s. Ako lang pinakabata sa
Explain mo sa akin.
mga investment group namin eh.
Like si Mike Tyson, how did that come about?
Oh, Mike Tyson. Yeah. So I invested in his podcast called Hot Boxing.
Yes.
That's where he smokes marijuana and entertain the high caliber guests.
Yes.
And his team and group, parang mutual friend lang din eh. They were looking for funders for that, and I'm in a big a financial circle. So they reached out to me and I said, yeah, let's try it out. Of course, ako naman kahit wala masyado kitain, syempre yung tulong ko doon at saka yung pangalan na, they can uplift my name and I can help their community. I bring a lot of guests there as well because I'm into boxing a lot. So I bring other guests as well.
What was it like meeting him?
It was intimidating in the beginning. Pero, I mean, hindi naman ako na-intimidate sa kanya as if like the current. I was just intimidated because I was seeing him on TV for who he was before. Pero him as a superstar or anything like that, sanay na naman,
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. It's a blessing that I met him because I've met a lot of incredible individuals in his circle. And that also changed my life even better. So I met him, 2016, 8 years ago. Matagal na rin.
Dang.
Yep. So I would bring like guests and we would just hang out. And
Nice guy.
very nice guy. Yeah. He's a sweet old grandpa now. All he does is smoke weed.
Pero tingnan mo
Yeah.
tingnan mo si Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Doon mo masasabi na you really can't judge a person eh.
Of course, yeah.
Diba? People may mga semplang yan eh. Pero it's not about the semplang. It's about, are you gonna dust yourself off and
Right.
get back up? Diba? May mga ganun eh. Having been exposed to Mike Tyson, anong napulot mo sa kanya?
Marami akong napulot sa kanya na kalokohan. Hindi, loko lang. It's a lot of like, parang, I wouldn't say quotes, but he talks like that eh. Parang yung he's very knowledgeable in life. And I would just remember, parang everything he would say just made sense. It's kind of off. Pero pagka pinagtuunan mo ng pansin and you realize it, weeks go by, months go by, year go by, you really, really look back to what he says and realize it was true. Yeah, minsan nga masakit yung mga sinasabi niya, pero totoo talaga lahat.
Natanong mo ba siya kung bakit niya lalabanan si Jake Paul?
Well, it's a money move, But
is it worth
his
it?
Own business.
But as a spectator, I mean, kung dalawa tayong nakaupo sa bangketa, is it a good move?
I believe so. For well, it depends.
Because you box.
Yeah.
I mean.
Case by case scenario. For his name, probably I would just leave it like that kasi legend na siya. But for the money, maybe he has bigger purposes to help other communities. And without money, you can't help the communities.
Right.
Basically. So maybe he has a larger goal. So I believe it's worth it, But his health, maybe for being around 60 years old, it's a risk. Yeah.
Diba? I mean,
yeah, it's a risk.
A strike is a strike.
Yeah.
Blow.
Well, siya lang naman makakaano nun. He wouldn't go if he was kind of sideways. So
Okay.
it was rescheduled though to November.
Based on his request?
On his health, yun nga.
Yeah.
Yung pinag-uusapan pa.
Another legend, Amang Parika.
Yeah.
So you're involved in helping him with a project?
Yeah. We are doing like a billiard project.
So now, with regard to everything on your plate, what's your baby? Ang dami mong may real estate, may investing. Saan talaga yung puso mo sa mga bagay-bagay na ganun?
Puso ko talaga well, it's kind of like everything. A lot of people say balance is everything, but sometimes being not in balance balances you. You know what I mean?
Being not in balance balances you.
Yeah. Parang for me, it's like
ADHD.
you're not. Yeah. No, I mean for me, it's I prioritize a lot of things at the same time.
Right.
And I don't worry about anything much, and as long as I just focus, and it's like hindi pa umuulan, you already have the umbrella, right?
Yes.
I don't trip about anything like that. I just prioritize everything as they come, but I also have like a mindset where I do everything in order. So.
Pero you're not OCD naman, no? Or are you?
Hindi naman. I don't know. I'm not diagnosed, but I don't think so.
O sige, testingin natin
Okay.
si John Singson, ha? May checklist ka ba? Meron?
Of course. I have a checklist. I have every day on my notes. Yeah. Right?
Tatawa si Diamond. Shout out Diamond.
It's my wife, by the way. Yeah.
Yun ang unang tanong.
But that's my first baby, my wife. Yun muna, and then everything else.
Everything else.
Yeah.
So ano na sa checklist mo?
Checklist, make sure you make money.
So ito, next question. Malalaman natin ko OCD. Pag may natatawa na ako. Pag may hindi na check dun sa checklist mo, anong pakiramdam mo?
Wow, I think you got me. I really stress out. Talagang I cannot sleep. Yeah. I cannot sleep. So, is that OCD?
Pwede.
We'll see.
Kasi di ba, there are people who are like, tomorrow, and they'll let it go, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero having this conversation with you, nakikita ko na, fuck.
Yeah.
Paano?
Yeah, for me talaga kasi domino effect ng buhay eh. You know what
Explain
I mean?
that. People need to hear that.
Yeah. For me, it's like even when we have a yaya or not, I fix the bed also. And that bed that I fix goes to like, other tasks that I want to complete.
Right.
Parang,
Sunod-sunod na yan.
sunod-sunod na yan eh. Pero pag gumising ka, alis ka ng bahay, di ka naligo, di ba? Parang ganun lang. You won't feel good. So, for me, I have a checklist. Yeah.
And it's important also.
Yes,
diba?
very important. Kasi makalimutan din ako eh.
Yeah.
Sobra. With a lot of things going on.
So, okay, having know this, nagkaroon na ba ng time na it was just you, your dad, and your lolo in one room?
Yeah.
What's the conversation like?
Wala naman.
I've always wanted to ask you this like paano yung 3 generations yan eh.
Yeah.
And you're looking at the wisdom of 2 people. Like, may conversation na silang dalawa eh. And then dadagdag ka pa eh.
Yeah, well, it's always like business, what they talk about, especially for the big events like the Miss Universe, right? We were all together. Parang normal naman. Wala naman.
Memorable sa yung Miss Universe na yun.
Very, very memorable. Yeah, so that was a good event.
So, okay, so you guys talk about business. Are you the silent one in the room absorbing everything?
I'm always the silent one because talagang ina-absorb ko lang eh. I always treat myself as a beginner of everything.
Amen.
Yeah, even with the stuff that I know now in real estate, you'll never really know everything in life. Talagang walang tigil. It's a learning pace.
Now, when you deal with people, clients, nababasa mo na sila eh. Alam mo nang mayabang to, ito may pera to, ito walang pera to, ito ubusin lang yung oras ko. But you can't reveal what you see in them eh. But how do you deal with people in general?
Well, for me, I just drop my ego and I drop my pride. Kasi like you said, if you're reading people and you say mayabang to, mayabang that, I just let it be and go from there. Really, because I can read within you too 5 to 10 minutes of talking with somebody. Mapupulot mo na eh. Pero me being in business, it challenged me to be in this equilibrium. I'm always in the middle, so I don't really as long as I help them out and provide them conveniency, that's good.
Politics. We're not going to talk about politics, but I just want to know, how do you avoid talking about politics?
I cannot.
Yun na nga
Yeah,
di ba?
because
It's in your periphery, di ba? So paano, how do they get you to okay, let me say something, or how do you avoid that as best you could?
As best as I could. Talagang business lang talaga ako, Paco. That's how I just did it now.
Kaya nga natawa ko yung mga sagot na gano'n. You just have to redirect na lang natin dyan.
I've never been involved in any type of political aspect or anything.
Would
like
you? I want to know now. Everybody wants
I don't
to know.
think I would, because that would sometimes, like my lolo said, he said this one time. He said, in politics, there's no permanent friends and there's no permanent enemies. There's only permanent interests.
Grabe, no?
So pag may permanent interest ka, ibig sabihin, you have to take sides.
Yeah.
But in business, I cannot take sides. And the most success I've ever made was just being in the middle, being friends with everybody.
Switzerland.
Yeah. Switzerland. Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
When you're in the middle, when you're friends with everybody, and people around you, right side, left side, nag-aaway, how do you make it known that you don't want to get involved?
I just leave. They can feel my vibe that I'm not about that, really. I am really focused on just doing my own thing and helping others and expanding our businesses. Ganun lang talaga eh. First of all, bago naman ako pumunta sa place, I really I have a checklist.
Wala na. Pag-uusapan natin yung checklist.
Kung okay talaga yung pupunta. So I try to avoid, problems as much as I can.
Seeing you and your wife, no? Ganda ng partnership, ganda ng dynamics nyo. Especially before we rolled the tape for the show. She was galing. You remind me of my wife. Kasi ganun din ang misis ko eh. Before ako mag-drums, chine-checklist na niya ako na ganto. Oh, may muta ka.
Yeah.
How blessed are you to have a very supportive wife?
I'm very blessed because a lot of situations, it's very hard to understand certain relationships, but with her, she makes it easy in every angle.
So ito na.
So I'm very blessed. Tsaka she's a great businesswoman.
Yun na nga.
Yeah.
And this is where my next question will be, because kanina you said you're good at putting your ego aside, di ba? Tumating na ba sa time na in your gut, alam mong tama tong gagawin mo? No malice, no nothing. And Diamond comes in and says, babe, baka mali yan. What do you do?
There was a time,
Ooh,
actually.
I want to hear. With your permission, I want to hear this.
Yeah. But 99% women is right.
Yes.
So, it only took me a couple times, then I always listen to her now.
Pero di ba?
Yeah.
Advise these people, because you're a very successful man. How important is it to listen to your wife?
Very important.
And advice mo rin kay Nino na rin yun.
Nino, yeah, you have to listen to your wife forever and ever. They run the world. No, I'm just kidding.
At saka, alam mo yung feeling na, if I may add, na-experience ko, pinilit ko pumalpak. I never heard the end of it.
Yeah.
Diba? Alam mo yung pag sumabit ka, oh my God.
Yeah.
So, when you want to do something and she says, I think we should go the other route, how easy is it for you now to actually say, okay?
Yeah. It's very easy now. Actually, her suggestions are more of the time is better than mine, even at the highest level of business move. So, but in real estate, she knows I know my craft.
Yes.
So we just meet in between. Yeah.
Where's the next step ng
the next
journey
step?
ni John Singson?
Siguro just helping out to my church and my community. My wife is very spiritual, and that's where it's at. Kasi if you want to make an impact and a real change in the world, it cannot just be financial. You have to truly care about others, and that's where you start. little by little, soul by soul.
I'm gonna ask you. I like what you just said because nakikita ko na you're taking care of what's important. Like sinabi mo kanina, your priorities, diba? Let's talk about your toys.
My toys.
Kasi sumisenya si Diamond. Because this drum kit, siguro I'll say mga halos 10,000 yan eh.
It looks nice.
Pero my God, parang inismuggle ko yata yan inside the studio para hindi malaman ni Janelle na meron drum kit na ganyan.
So what is that?
It looks acoustic but it's an electronic drum kit.
Okay.
So there are probably mga 500 sounds.
Oh, nice.
It's like 500 drum kits in one drum kit that looks.
Yeah. So you didn't tell her you were gonna buy it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Or sinabi ko, pinahiram lang sa akin yan or something. But you can't do that with a car.
Yeah.
Especially a car that you have or cars that you have. What's a conversation like before you buy your toys?
Well, may ugali naman ako eh, na if I go to the dealership, well, sometimes
fact check ko yan ha.
Yeah. Sometimes I just wake up one day, I admit, I just go to the dealership and I pick it up then and there. But there
Impulse?
Yeah, ganun talaga. You know.
So, sorry, John. Diamond, pag ginawa niya to, anong reaction mo?
She's used to it.
Okay, what was your first impulse buy on a car?
Siguro the Bentley.
Pinost mo yun eh.
Yeah. The Bentley was my first one.
What was the story of the Bentley?
I don't know. Hindi ko rin alam eh. Binili ko lang siya, pero it was nice. It was a nice.
Hindi mo ba sinabing, pag ito out of stock, it's not meant to be? No. Wala kang ganon.
No, it took a while kasi kailangan tama yung kulay. Yung seats niya dapat merong mga stitching na gusto ko, ganun.
So customized talaga.
Customized siya, yeah.
And when it was finally, is this a Phantom?
Hindi, Bentley
Rolls Royce pa lang.
Yeah. Continental. And then I went to, meron na akong Aston Martin.
Let's talk about the Aston Martin.
Yeah, Aston Martin is actually, my wife is the motivator of that because it's a gentleman's car.
Yes,
you don't see a boy driving it, but you see a man driving
it, right?
That's
a James Bond kind of car.
Tsaka what motivated me to buy that was it was a V12. So I've never had a V12. Usually V8 lang. So
is it stable or rear wheel yan, di ba?
Yeah, pero yung drive niya talaga, it can be like a very classy, smooth ride and it could be aggressive as you want.
You don't feel the
Wala. 140, 160 miles per hour, you don't feel it. On a racetrack. See, I don't do things illegal. Yeah.
Impulse buy din yun o hindi?
Impulse buy din yun right away. Actually, she was in the Philippines. I FaceTimed her. I said, I'm here by the house in Newport Beach, Aston Martin. And I said, do you like the gray or the red?
Oh, ganda ng closing mo, ha?
Yeah.
Hindi ka nagtanong, can I buy this car? Walang ganon.
No.
Pick a color ka agad.
Oo. Red talaga yung gusto ko. So I picked that one up.
Sarap.
Yeah. But it's cool, I mean, none of these material things will ever really last.
No, but they're rewards.
Yeah. It's rewards.
At saka motivation yan for the next thing.
Exactly. A lot of people say in my comments, they make fake accounts and say, wow, ang ganda naman yan, pero yabang, ba't kailangan mo i-post? For me, it's different. Because if you win the Olympics, for example, and you get gold medals.
Hindi mo ipopost?
Exactly.
Diba?
Yeah, you have to. You have to really show not just your success, but your hard work.
Yes.
Your own sweat into it.
So, galing, no?
Yeah, talagang yun yung talagang hilig ko in life. Real estate, watches, cars are saktuan lang.
Oh, sige, how many cars do you have?
Now I have secret. Yeah.
What's your favorite car? Among the cars that you have?
Siguro for me will always be a Rolls Royce, of course. Yeah. Kasi I like comfort,
Right.
For my age, I mean, I'm talking like I'm 60, right? But for me, I feel like it's a moving living room.
Yes.
Yeah. Parang it's just so relaxed and, you can go wherever. You don't even feel the bumps. It's like this, just sitting here.
Wala, no?
Yeah.
When was the last time you rode a Honda Civic?
I don't remember. Nothing, no offense to that, but I just don't remember. Yeah.
The reason.
But sorry to cut you off, but what kind of SUV or car that I really like, and it's just plain and simple, I really love Suburbans.
Naman. Yung
Yeah.
para ka nakasakay sa sofa pag,
Yeah. Gusto ko lang talaga yung spacious and
Yeah.
especially if I have a suit or
di ba?
her dress, we hang it there and I'm more on the space now.
Yes.
Before gusto ko sobrang bilis ganyan.
Tsaka sobrang baba.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about cars. We've talked about real estate. Houses. What's a dream house? Why you mentioned Newport Beach? Why not Malibu?
Well, for me, I don't really look at any parang dream house eh. For me, kung hindi siya up like a cash cow and it's not paying me every month, I don't really wish for anything. So I'm more into like apartment units. Mga ganyan. That's what attracts me more. Like commercial towers. Yung mga
Yes.
ganyan. Pero pag sa bahay, wala naman masyado.
Grant Cardone. Like him, hate him.
I like him. Yeah. I rarely hate on anybody.
O nga pala, nasa middle lang tayo.
Yeah. I like the guy. I like everybody. Maybe some people have opinions about him, but for me, he's, let's count the times he's helped millions of people too.
Amen.
Yeah.
If you were to advise, not 15-year-old you, but kids now, kanina millennials, di ba? Pero ngayon, in 2024, everything's being painted gloomy. But then again, here we are, you and me, laughing about stuff. We're what, like 20 years apart, halos, di ba? Pareho natin nakita ang buhay, and life really will just go on with or without us.
Correct.
It's how we play the game.
Yeah.
Like what you said. Before we end this, sum it up. What can you advise people like me, people younger than you, and people as old as you with regard to building wealth?
Well, sa mga bata naman, I feel like they shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes and take their time. Sometimes the more mistakes, the better. Not intentional mistakes, but mistakes that you encounter in life that will make you really strong. And for me, siguro nung bata ako, kasi lagi kong binabaliktad lahat eh. If everyone was going right, I'd go left and check it out. And nandun pala talaga yung, kung mag-fail naman ako doon, okay lang. Balik ako doon sa mga maraming tao.
Is that from your gut?
Yeah, it is from my gut. I just feel it. I just feel like sometimes it's better on the other side. And if you don't, at least yung backup plan mo, nasa better side talaga. Diba? Kasi nandun talaga yung mga eh.
So don't play it safe when you're young.
No, don't play it safe. Gamble everything, but at the same time, don't feel lost. They're where they're at right now. They're supposed to be there. It's like parang nafe-feel kasi nila minsan parang dito ba ako talaga? Like, always think that, that this is the right spot for you. Even if you're sick. Yung mga bata, kailangan talaga, they make mistakes on their own, but not like crazy. Yung mga common sense na mistakes, delikado naman yun. But when you get old, I think you should be listening to your kids.
Yes.
Because the modern life sometimes can make you more younger, which is more health and more, lalo na ngayon, puro mga bata na yung nagpapatakbo ng mundo, right? Or
Yes.
especially with social media or like gadgets and stuff like that. So, for me, it's risk everything while you're young, and just build yourself.
Do you make sermon your dad?
No, not really, no.
Do you give him advice?
If he asks, but he barely asks.
Did you ever see your lolo or your dad na parang, I wouldn't do it that way, but I'll just keep my mouth shut? Or
Yeah, actually, I'm like that. Kasi nga at the end of the day, I feel like gitna lang ako, baka masaktan pa or, anybody, right? So I just feel like I grasp it and, learn from it. Yeah, I never really tell them na ganun. I just let it be. Usually kung ano yung gusto nila gawin, that's what's gonna happen, really.
Are you happy where you're at?
Right now, yeah, I'm very happy. Sobra.
Grabe, you know what? I admired you from afar. I admire you more now, bro.
Thank you, Paco.
God bless.
You too,
Ladies and
man.
gentlemen,
Thank
John
you, thank you.
Singson.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
We'll post how you can get in touch with John sa link in the description. And kung nakita nyo during the course of the podcast yung information, i-post nyo na lang or kaya balikan nyo to get in touch with John Singson. Thank you.
Thank you. That was good.
Galing. Nakaka-inspire ka, bro.
Thank you, bro.